Yo, what is good, guys? I know I put out a post saying I wasn't going to be uploading all week because I had a D in biology, but I managed to get it up to a C, so now I'm passing biology, miraculously. But anyway, we are here with another tier list video. It has literally been almost over a year since my last tier list video. It's been way too long. But yeah. And we are doing the Earthbound boss tier list. You know, like our usual tier list videos, we're not ranking them from worst to best. No, not this time. Instead, we're going to be ranking them based on how easy or difficult they were. So F tier is brain dead easy, D tier is not too bad, C tier is mid, B tier is adding some spice, A tier is hard, and then S tier is cracked AF. Like, the boss difficulty went all over the place when I played this game. Like, some of them were easy, some of them were a little bit difficult, and then others were just really freaking hard. Like, seriously. Oh yeah, and if you're a swear word, not my fault. Just letting you guys know that. And you too, as well, YouTube. You know what you guys are doing. But anyway, I managed to put all the bosses in chronological order in the way you fight them throughout the game. Like, when I clicked onto this page, it was just all over the place, but I fixed it up. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, Starman Jr. He is literally the first boss of the game, and he's literally programmed for you to not lose to him. So yeah, I don't know how you would be able to lose to Starman Jr. because he's literally programmed for you to always win. Like, what? So yeah, obviously he's brain dead easy. Frank. And yes, his name is Frank. But to be fair, he doesn't really look like a Frank to me. You know, Frank really wasn't that bad for a second boss. He can do a little bit of damage, but he wasn't too bad. And then we got his robot called Frankystein Mark II. Why? Why would you give your robot such a dumb name? His robot can do a lot of damage, but he also wasn't that bad. Titanic Ant. Oh yeah. In order to defeat the final boss, which is Giygas, you have to fight 8 Sanctuary Guardians and absorb their powers. And Titanic Ant is the first Sanctuary Guardian. And oh my freaking god, dude. Even though this man is the 4th boss of the game, this guy is so insanely cracked, dude. Like, this man can just straight up heal whenever he wants. He can steal your PSI points, which does massive damage. He can use enemies and they will heal him. Like, bro, why is he actually so cracked for the 4th boss? And same thing with Captain Strong. And yeah, judging by his name, he actually is pretty strong. Like, literally, before you even fight Captain Strong, you have to fight 5 policemen with no breaks in between. And then after the 5th guy leaves, you have to fight Captain Strong, and he is indeed pretty freaking strong. And he's kind of cracked too, so, well, not as much as Titanic Ant, but he's still kind of cracked. Everdred. So, after I beat the game, I found out that Everdred was an optional boss. So, I fought him without knowing he was optional. And he really wasn't that bad. Literally, all he ever does is just steal your items, so, yeah. Mr. Carpainter. Yes, that is his actual name. Mr. Carpainter. He's the leader of the happy cult thing where he wants everyone and everything to be blue. I don't know why the color blue specifically, but okay. So before you save Paula from him, Paula gives you this item called the Franklin badge, which reflects lightning attacks. And he usually does lightning attacks, so yeah, he's brain dead easy. But not like my man Mondo Mole here. Just like Titanic Ant, he is kinda cracked. Like, Jesus. Like, when you fight Mondo Mole, Paula doesn't really have that much HP, and he can literally just kill Paula in one hit if he wanted to. Like, he's that cracked. Boogey Tent. He really wasn't that bad. Really, all you gotta do is just spam PSI Fire, which is his weakness. And then we have Mini Barf. Yeah, Mini Barf. So you have to talk to him about Fly Honey. And it doesn't even matter if you have Fly Honey or not, he will just straight up attack you. So what's the point? And what this guy can do is that he can burp at us and it'll cause us to get sick. And when you get sick, it's basically poison. You just take damage. So yeah. And then we have Master Belch. Yeah, he's kind of brain dead easy. Honestly, I don't even know what Master Belch is even supposed to be. He just looks like a pile of green slop. But literally all you have to do is just use the Fly Honey, and then he literally does not even attack you. The Trillionage Sprout, the third sanctuary boss of the game. Oh yeah, I forgot. Mondo Mole's the second one. And just like the other two Sanctuary Guardians, this man is really freaking cracked. I don't know why some bosses are just easy, and then when you get to the Sanctuary Guardians, they're just so cracked. We have the Guardian Diggers. There's 5 of them. And you wanna know what's really funny about the Guardian Diggers? Well, not only do they look like Mondo Mole, except they're just green, but all 5 of them believe that they're the 3rd strongest. I don't know why every single one thinks they're the 3rd strongest, but whatever. They can do some damage, all right, but they're pretty easy. The department store Spook. This is one of Giygas' minions. And at first I thought this was the guy that kidnapped Paula, because of course Paula got kidnapped again. So yeah, he really isn't that bad. Also, it kind of sucked not having Paula. Like, she has PSI moves that do some crazy damage, man. I'm getting flashbacks just thinking about this next boss. The evil Manny statue. Bro, this guy was actually freaking destroying me. You know, he's not as cracked as the Sanctuary Guardians, but oh my god, dude. He was actually destroying me. And same thing with the Clumsy Robot. Literally, all this man does is just constantly heal by eating bologna sandwiches, in which the game spells bologna wrong. Like, come on, game, that is not how you spell bologna. But anyway, this man will just spam bologna sandwiches and constantly heal. And I was like, bro, why does he keep healing? And whenever he eats the bologna sandwich, he actually heals up to full HP. Like, what? Why? He should not be this. Where did you get the bologna sandwiches from, my guy? And then, yeah, I was struggling to find out. how I'm supposed to beat him because he just kept constantly healing. And it turns out you're supposed to just let him do that. And you're supposed to just keep attacking him. And then this band group called the Runaway Five will come in, they will sing a song, and their song destroys the robot. What? Shrooom, the fourth sanctuary boss. He really wasn't that bad, unlike the other three sanctuary guardians. But he can spray some spores, which will cause the party to feel strange, in which they will either attack themselves or the other party members. The fifth sanctuary guardian, the Plague Rat of Doom. I'm not gonna lie, after the first three destroyed me, man, I was actually expecting this guy to destroy me as well, but he really wasn't that bad. Like, he can do some massive damage, but he really wasn't that bad. We'll just put him in there for now. The sixth sanctuary guardian, Thunder and Storm. In other words, yin and yang. They do electrifying attacks. And, you know, not everyone can carry the Franklin badge on them, so yeah. But throughout my playthrough, I just kept the Franklin badge on Ness, which is the main character of the game. We'll also put them in B tier. The Kraken. Apparently, there were some people who quit Earthbound because the Kraken kept destroying them. Bruh, literally all I ever did was just spam my PSI moves and then I just destroyed him. Like, he really wasn't that bad. The Guardian thing. I forgot this guy's name. Yeah, this guy can do some damage, alright. I don't really remember much of the fight, but the way I won was so hilarious. I just used this item called Pharaoh's Curse, which poisons an enemy. You know, the enemies before this Guardian thing, you know, I thought they were really tough, but I kept saving my Pharaoh's Curse until I got to this guy who's kind of destroying me. And I used the Pharaoh's Curse, he got poisoned, and then he just died. So yeah, we'll just put him in mid tier. Master Barf. Fun fact, this is actually just Master Belch, but upgraded. Apparently, you're just supposed to just spam your PSI moves and deal enough damage to trigger a cutscene where Pooh swoops down and uses his new PSI move called PSI Starstorm, and that destroys him in one hit. So I guess we'll just put him in here. Starman Deluxe. Just like Starman Jr., he was also brain dead easy. And oh my god, Starman Deluxe's battle theme, man. I was jamming to it. Apparently, Starman Deluxe is supposed to be one of the hardest bosses in the game, which is understandable. He is one of the end game bosses. But let me tell you something of why I think he's brain dead easy. I killed him in 2 hits. I used Ness's strongest PSI move that I had at the time. And then I just used Jeff's freaking bottle rocket, and that did some massive damage, and it just killed him in 2 hits. So yeah, maybe just spam Ness's PSI move and the bottle rocket. The 7th sanctuary guardian, Electro Specter. He does electrifying moves, so Ness can just reflect them with the Franklin badge. But he is kind of hard. Carbon Dog, the 8th sanctuary guardian. Literally all you gotta do is just spam PSI freeze. And then he'll go into a second phase called Diamond Dog. Again, I'm getting flashbacks just thinking about this boss. You know, I thought these sanctuary guardians were cracked enough. Yeah, you haven't seen anything yet. This man can diamondize you, which basically kills you. Yeah, he can just straight up kill anyone when he wants. He can also flash us, which will cause us to start crying. And when you cry, you miss most of your attacks. He does massive damage. Like, oh my god, Diamond Dog. You need to chill out, my guy. So yeah, to me, he was the hardest boss in this game. And then we have Ness's Nightmare. So before you fight Ness's Nightmare, you fight 3 Krakens. Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. And fun fact, when you're fighting Ness's Nightmare, you're in this place called Magic Ant, which is literally just Ness's brain. And apparently Ness's Nightmare is just the evil part of his brain. So we're technically attacking ourselves. And you know, just like the evil Manny statue, he's also kind of cracked. Yeah, he literally has the same PSI moves as you. Like Jesus. Porky. Well, really in the game, they call him Pokey, but people just call him Porky, so I guess I'll just call him Porky. But throughout the game, I thought this guy was just a normal kid. You know, in the beginning of the game, he helps us in quotation marks take down Starman Jr. But literally all he does is just either cry or just use Ness as a shield. I'm not even joking. And then later, when we're getting ready to confront Mr. Carpainter, he gets 2 happy cultists to attack us, and then he just leaves. And then in this place called Forside, where we need Monotoli's helicopter, he just straight up steals the helicopter. And then in the final area where you fight Giygas, he tells us that Giygas led him here. But I don't know how you managed to get to the past. Yeah, apparently in order to get to Giygas, we have to go to the past. I don't know why. And he also thinks that Giygas is an almighty idiot in quotation marks. Like, oh my god, this kid is so annoying, man. Like Jesus. And he does a lot of damage too. Giygas phase 1. He has the same PSI moves as Ness. And apparently in this phase, Giygas is inside a machine called the Devil's Machine, where it hides his true identity. And apparently you're not even supposed to attack him. No, like, I'm actually being serious. You're not even supposed to attack him at all. In phase 1, just wail on Pokey or Porky, whatever. So yeah, you're not even supposed to attack him. So I guess we just leave him in brain dead easy. So yeah, after we deal enough damage to Porky, he turns off the Devil's Machine and he reveals Giygas' true identity. And apparently Giygas became so powerful that his own brain was destroyed. I don't like, bro, how do you get so powerful to the point where your own brain is destroyed? Like, yeah, Giygas is apparently this powerful. And he tells us that he isn't even aware of what's going on. So yeah, Giygas phase 2. In this phase, yeah, he's not even aware of what he's doing. because I mean he can't think anymore. His brain was destroyed. But he can do some damage. And he has a lot of attack forms, such as electrifying, normal attacks, diamondizing, poisoning. So yeah. Apparently what you're supposed to do is just damage him enough to trigger a cutscene, and then Porky comes back to mock you, and then it switches to Giygas phase 3, and now Giygas is aware of what he's doing now. And the thing about Giygas is that this guy is so powerful that not only was his brain destroyed, but not even the party's most powerful attacks can destroy him. And trust me, your most powerful attacks at this point of the game are really powerful and can do massive damage. Like, yeah, he's that powerful. So you want to know what you do to get out of phase 3? You basically pray. Yeah, when it's Paula's turn, you just have to pray, and then it will trigger a cutscene where Jeff's father, Dr. Andonuts, and yes, that's really his name, and the Mr. Saturns of Saturn Valley pray for us. And what that does is that it basically just eliminates Giygas' defense. Like a text box pops up saying Giygas' defense became unstable, which basically means that his defense is basically non-existent anymore. So yeah, phase 3 is also brain dead easy. Giygas phase 4 lasts quite a while, man. It lasts quite a while. And just like in phase 3, you just get Paula and you just spam pray, and it will trigger a bunch of cutscenes, such as Paula's family praying for them, Jeff's friends pray for them, Pooh's friends pray for them, and Ness's family prays for them, and even Ness's dog prays for him. That's crazy, man. So yeah, you just spam pray a bunch of times and it just does massive damage. And he can't even do a lot of damage in this phase. Giygas phase 5. In this phase, Giygas is weak that he just turns into TV static. Like seriously, look at him. Like you can clearly see the man is dying. So yeah, you just spam pray once again, and then Paula can't think of anything else to pray to. So she just prays randomly. And the first time she prays in phase 5, it gets absorbed by Giygas. Oh yeah, and Giygas can't even attack you in this phase because he's that weak. Like again, he's pretty much dying. So yeah. And then you just spam pray once again. And she finally finds someone to pray to. And that person is the player. Yeah, she prayed to me. And then I prayed totally. And then that did it just does massive amounts of damage. Like I'm talking in the tens of thousands of damage, in which you normally can't even go over 1,000. So yeah, it does massive damage. Yeah, I already know what he's gonna say.
You know what else is massive? Low taper fade.
So yeah, after the last bit of damage, Giygas noticed that he's out of HP and he begins to slowly disintegrate to his death. Porky comes back and he sees that we have actually defeated Giygas. And if you watch my horse video where I captured the horse in Minecraft, you'll remember that I said that Giygas is apparently the definition of evil. No, like I'm not even joking. Porky himself said that. He says that Giygas is the definition of evil. And that he's really powerful, you know. So yeah, he begins to die. Porky finds out that we beat him and he's astonished and he runs away. And he says he'll sneak into another era and think about his next plan. So yeah, I really want to beat up that kid if he was real. Like I'm talking, I would sock him in the face until he starts bleeding. But yeah, Giygas slowly disintegrates. He turns into TV static, and then he finally just disintegrates. And then after that, you'll be taken back to the present, and a text box will say the war against Giygas is over. I'm not gonna lie, Giygas was probably one of my favorite final bosses in a video game ever. I like how you're not supposed to use your most powerful moves to destroy him. Instead, in order to destroy him, you just use hope. So yeah, that's the boss tier list. And as a quick review, let's go over what bosses are in which tiers. So in Brain Dead Easy, we have Starman Jr., Mr. Carpainter, Master Belch, Starman Deluxe, Carbon Dog, Giygas Phase 1, Giygas Phase 3, Giygas Phase 4, and Giygas Phase 5. In the not too bad tier, we have Frankystein Mark II, Everdred, and Boogey Tent. In mid, we have Mini Barf, Department Store Spook, Shrooom, the Kraken, the Guardian Thing, and Master Barf. In adding some spice, we have the Guardian Diggers, Plague Rat of Doom, Thunder and Storm, Electro Specter, and Giygas Phase 2. In the hard, we have Captain Strong, the Evil Manny Manny statue, the Clumsy Robot, Ness's Nightmare, and Porky. And then in cracked AF, we have Titanic Ant, Mondo Mole, Trillionage Sprout, and Diamond Dog. Like seriously, go fight Diamond Dog. You'll see what I mean. So yeah, that's my Earthbound boss tier list. Uh I'm not even gonna lie. I probably might just replay Earthbound just to listen to the boss, not the boss themes, the battle themes. Like seriously, Nintendo was actually cooking. Like you go on YouTube and search up Earthbound battle music. Like just do it. You won't regret it. Trust.